Log back in the screening nights, faded names in glowing light. 10 years gone, but here I stand, back again in a distant land. Flame, storm wind calling out my name. Quest once lost in memory haze, now reborn in modern ways. Hot box filled with things I don't know, system stacked in endless rows. Is this better? Is this change or something lost along the way? Old friends gone, new paths to run. Still feels like a second home. Back to Azeroth, hear the call. Through the rise and through the fall. Retail nights or classic days, we decide on YindyPlayZ. Mount up fast, take to the skies. New world seen through older eyes. If you miss those MMO days, come return with YindyPlayZ. Dungeon queues and raid designs, story threads through shifting time. Burning Crusade still calls my name. Simpler paths or modern game. Midnight whispers on the way. Do I leave or do I stay? Every choice a forked out road. Every system overload. Is it better? Is it worse? Or just a different universe? Back to Azeroth, hear the call. Through the rise and through the fall. Retail classic, choose your phase. Live tonight on YindyPlayZ. Old school hard with modern play. 10-year journey ends today. If you love those MMO ways, come decide with YindyPlayZ. Through the years and through the haze, we return on YindyPlayZ.
Hello, hello, lovely people. How are we all doing? And welcome to the Thursday night stream. And yes, it's official. I have crossed the Rubicon. I have become a WoW streamer now. Asmongold, eat your heart out. Well, maybe not yet, but still. So yes, back to Warcraft after 10 fucking years. So to give you a little bit of the background for me, so as you can probably see with my characters here, I was there at the time, you know. 2004 I played WoWClassic, didn't get very far, only to like level 20, 30. I played on and off throughout Burning Crusade, but didn't really get my first main character until level or get up to level 80 at the time, and that was during Lich King. I was there. I got Went to college. My roommate at the time, he was like a proper like WoW raider, and he sort of taught me how to play properly. And I was there at the Ardent Crusade. I joined a raiding guild. We took on Arthas and Icewind Citadel at the peak of Wrath. You know, I was there during the war. You know, I have fond memories of the 2010 peak of Warcraft. But then, kind of after that, what tended to happen was I would play the end and the beginning of every expansion afterwards. So, a few months before an expansion was due to like cross over into the next one, I'd level a Horde character and an Alliance character, because I'm a slut, I play both sides. I would get them up to the new kind of level cap, play through all the content at the end of the expansion, do all the raids and get the story and the main quests out the way, then play into the new expansion, get to the new level cap, get to the kind of new endgame meta where it would start asking me to like engage in the mythic dungeons and stuff like that, and go, that's enough for now, piss off again, come back in time for the next expansion. And I did this pretty much all the way through Cataclysm, right into I think it was Pandara that was next. Then it was Draenor, I think. Then it was Legion, and I really fucking enjoyed Legion. I think Legion was, next to like Lich King, Legion was peak Warcraft for me. Really thoroughly enjoyed Legion. And then we got to the Battle of Azeroth. And basically what happened, it's not that Battle of Azeroth did something that made me go, oh, I'm quitting this, I'm done with this, rage quit. It was more, that's where I kind of felt the shift. That I'd been in this rat race and kept up with Warcraft for 10 years at that point. I'd been following the story all the way, and I felt I was just stuck in a holding pattern. And since Wrath of the Lich King, I had been keeping up with all the collection editions. I don't own the collection edition of Classic or Burning Crusade, but I do own all the boxed collection editions from Lich King right the way up to Battle for Azeroth. And I love the collection editions. The Lich King collection edition came with rare cards for the trading card game. It came with an art book. It came with a mouse mat. It came with DVDs as well as the deluxe. I was a sucker for collector's editions back then. And you know, the Warcraft collection edition boxes, they're a work of art. Like, put on the shelves, they are a work of art. They're quite a stunning kind of display piece. And I kept up with all of them, and it was an automatic buy for me for many years. As soon as the new expansion was coming out, it was pre-ordered months in advance, and I got it for the shelf. Then the Battle of Azeroth, your collection edition came out, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is where I felt the shift most, in the physical collection edition. There was no disc, obviously, because we were moving to codes. There wasn't an art book. There was a weird kind of story with the burning of the big tree that the Night Elves all worship, but it wasn't an art book. And there was this, I've got it right in front of me, the art, the kind of like metal medallion with the Alliance on one side, Horde on the other. And that was about it. And
But Riley Sadlex.
Hey Riley, how you doing?
Hey, music may be a little loud.
Oh, I can do something about that. Options. Let's go. I did turn it down all the way. Let's try 10%. How's that? Is that any better, Riley? Testing 1 2 testing. There we go. So yeah, I kept up with. So I bought the collector's edition of Battle of Azeroth, and I was like, this cost me 120 quid, and honestly, it's tat. There's nothing in here exciting other than the pretty box to go on the shelf. And then something happened. I gave myself permission to stop caring about Warcraft, and I decided, okay, if this is where they're taking the collector's editions, there's no point buying them as an automatic buy anymore. So I just let it go. And Yahtzee did actually a fantastic semi-ramble batting on exactly this.
At Riley Sadlex. Just while you're talking, yeah, no. At Riley Sadlex. So it's easier to hear.
Yeah, cool. So the volume's good now, Riley. That's a question, by the way. So, yeah, cool. Because I'm playing on the PC, it's not the same setup as when I'm doing it through the consoles. So yes, I do remember I posted an Amazon review, and the Amazon review that I posted for the collector's edition very much said, not criticizing the game here at all, Battle of Azeroth, but as a collector's edition, skip this one. It's crap. Okay, you can still enjoy the game, but as a collector's edition, compared to all the others, give this one a miss. And I got this really...
At Riley Sadlex. Yeah, it's good now.
Some little sweaty boy was obviously combing the review section of the fucking Amazon collector's editions and absolutely came at me in like the comments of the review, basically calling me a scrub and not getting Warcraft and just being really super hyper defensive of the game. It's like, dude, I've not actually criticized the game. I just said this particular collector's edition is shit compared to the others. Calm the fuck down and go out and touch some grass. Jesus Christ. So yeah, people get weirdly possessive, particularly in Warcraft. I have noticed also watching Joss Strythe-Hayes streams. So I stopped caring about Warcraft. I knew where they were taking the story. They were building Sylvanas up to be the big evil, bad bitch, and she was obviously going to become the new villain. Arduin had taken over as like King of Stormwind, and quite frankly, he was a wet noodle, and I didn't really care about him as a character either. So I was just sitting there going, yeah, I think I'm done with Warcraft for the moment. And that was me. I left, and I've not been back for 10 years. I just let it go. But then, of course, Midnight's come out, the new kind of big expansion. And yeah, watching Joss Strythe-Hayes play through his Burning Crusade, was like, kind of want to give it a go again. So we are starting off with retail. We're starting off with the proper World of Warcraft to see what has changed in the past 10 years. I like to think my various characters have just woken up from a coma and gone, what year is it? So in terms of like the characters that I played, now a lot of them have been out of service for a while and their names have been recycled, so I'm going to have to rename them as we go in. First and foremost, straight away, we've got this kind of warband set up. Catch-up available. We'll maybe play through the catch-up and then I'll maybe kind of explore what they've changed in Azeroth. I'm not playing with any add-ons or mods. Apparently I do have a boost here that I can boost a character up to. So, and as you can see as well, I had loads and loads of characters that I played throughout that 10-year stretch. Me and my sister, we leveled up some characters together. My big character, who was also my character for Baldur's Gate, is Ravensan, my druid. So he was my healer that when I was back in my raid days. So I've got a big poster of him. So he was like my first real main that I kind of got somewhere with. The rest are kind of alts. Ravenclaw, my demon hunter, he was the one that I played through Battle of Azeroth with, and he was fun. But then, like I said, I just stopped caring about Battle of Azeroth and moved on. My two sort of mains to get through the content, I did Mordoon. He's been with me right through since like Burning Crusade. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the original Mordoon, but I wanted to change servers and couldn't be arsed, paying the 20 quid or whatever it was for the character transfer, so I just made him again. So that's why there's two Mordoons. There's my Death Knight, Ravensong, but he's been renamed, so I'm gonna have to rename him again. I did always like my Death Knight. Ravensan, like I said, I've had some various rogues. Tyros makes an appearance again. There he is, looking a lot less nude, but he's a Belf warrior. Stone Singer, I think that was a character boost. I don't think I actually, because I don't remember leveling an Orc Shaman, to be perfectly honest. Kane, spelt funnily, but he's with the Paladin I was doing. Fangaram, points if you know what game Fangaram's from. Grocket, he was my, didn't obviously get very far with these. Blacklord Wogan. Now, they were all, and I made, this is my bank character as well, Yahtzee, the professional troll. There's a reference from, back in the day. I think Raphael was one of my first characters as well. I made him into a Death Knight after I got him to a certain point. My sort of monk character that I didn't get very far with. Fluffy McDougal, he's my other bank character, and another kind of spare demon hunter that I didn't really play much with. But the thing is, a lot of them, because we did a lot of level boosts and stuff like that, and I leveled up a lot of characters.
Conera.
Hey, hello, honey. How you doing? I've got a small dog next to me. He's here. Say hi to Mama. Dad, I was digging to China. All right, okay, get back to it then. So obviously, since I left, they did a level
Conera.
squish,
Baby.
and this has totally messed up all my, OCD, and all, the numbers are all over the place. So they were all like nicely 60, 70, 80. Now they're all kind of like 46, 33. It's like, what the hell's happening here? So yeah, I'm just going to pick a character and jump straight back in. I think we're going to go with my Death Knight, because I did always like my Death Knight. Yeah, let's do the character. Now, I'm not playing with any add-ons or mods or anything like that, because that was always a pain in the arse at the beginning of a new expansion. They'd update the game, and none of your mods worked for the first 2 weeks until they updated them, and it was just a whole pain. Right, Ravensong was his actual name that I had. Nope, that's taken. I'm going to give him the name of my old Death Knight. Raphael, with 2 Fs. There we go. He has been renamed. We watched the Warcraft movie, didn't we, honey? Again, it was sort of like Fisher Price, Lord of the Rings, with everyone had oversized armor. But I really, really like
Conera. Remember, spell it right, don't upset anyone.
No, if I spell it right, it'll be a taken name. This is where being dyslexic's actually a real boon, because if you spell the names weird, you're guaranteed to actually get the fucking name. So I've spelt it Araffiel. Because Raphael with a PH will be taken. Guarantee you.
Conera. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Yes, the power of being cripplingly dyslexic. So yes, there's a screen that takes me back. So I did jump in previously, just literally loaded up and went, what have they changed everything to? And then, yeah. Oh, okay, right. This is a whole thing.
The
Right.
Arathi Highlands, once bitterly contested, have seen a tenuous ceasefire between the Horde and the Alliance. But though the armistice brought a measure of peace, a new threat has thrown the region into chaos. Stormguard is under siege, and Hammerfall has suffered heavy losses. You have answered the call for aid, and stand ready to join the fight. Band together with the Horde and the Alliance to secure the Arathi Highlands.
I like to think that Raphael here just got really, really drunk and has just woken up after 10 years ago. So, what's changed? Right, so we have a lot of things kind of going on here. Right, blinding, it's a target in the cone in front of you. Okay, these are damaging attacks. Army of the Dead, that's usually quite a good one. Is it going to let me read? This is the thing, whenever you come back to war in MMO, first thing you got to do is fucking admin. Achievements, talents and spellbook. Right, here we go. Spellbook. Right, Death Knight. Now, first of all, right, talent, specializations. Unholy, yeah, I'm all about the unholy. So blood, frost, unholy, that's all good. Special sample abilities, outbreak, yeah, I'm all about spreading that COVID. So, try not to trigger people in the chat. Draw your unholy energy to become undead for 10 seconds. Death coil, that's fine. And shield, freezing strike, instant. 2 runes. I think that feels like something I want there. Death Strike, that feels like something. Outbreak's a kind of key ability. So let's move Outbreak there. mind freeze. Just get them to eat their ice cream too quickly. Iceborne Fortitude, Scourging Strike. That sounds like, again, something that I want. Switch fighting style. Switch between skydiving and steady fighting style. Or skyriding. And yeah, that seems to be a weird new thing. That could fuck off at the moment. Don't corrupt and evolve your girl into... Oh yeah, that's the kind of Hulk thing. Oh yeah, Deathgate, that goes back to Death Knight Homeworld. Chains of Ice, raise an ally. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Right, pour your dark energy into a dead target, resurrecting it will allow them to re battle with 60% health. Okay, right, that just instantly raises it. I'm sure there was once an ability of the Death Knight you could actually like turn guys into like ghouls and let them take control of the ghoul for a minute. Oh, corpse explode. That's always fun. We like our corpse explode. Iceborne Fortune, that can fuck off for the moment. On a Pale Horse, yeah. Unholy Academic. Oh, right. That's my ghoul on steroids. Right, okay, so they've cleaned up the UI. You know, the first thing that you would always do when you came back into WoW is spend ages sorting everything out and making it look pretty and stuff like that. So, yeah, we don't need to kind of do this. I think have they given me new armor? Have they given me new armor as well? Yes, they seem to have. Yeah, I got a big scythe, that's good. Girls love a big scythe, don't they, sweetheart? Their cloak. Fit. Oh yeah, you can only have one legendary at a time, can't you? Right. Okay, I think...
At Riley Sadlex. Okay then.
Right. Cool. Awesome. Right, let's... Oh yeah, it did ask me, one thing I'm going to change. Options, new... Interface, oh, can I get more action bars actually? Action bar 2, thank you. Maybe even action bar 3, cool. That's good, we want some of that. Controls. Now, I stupidly selected modern. I don't want modern, I want the new, I want legacy. Sticky targets onto... screw it, we'll deal with that later. Okay, never mind. Right, let's talk to Thrall. Let's see what he's got to say for himself.
The Highlands have seen more than enough conflict. We have to end this before it can escalate.
Oh, there's Jaina. She's still here.
Bromcar.
Yeah, this is the thing. For the whole Horde versus Alliance, you know, chicanery, you know, it's like friends to enemies, friends to enemies, friends to enemies, friends to rivals, friends to lovers, friends to enemies, friends to enemies, you know. You know, there's kind of a hope with Battle for Azeroth that we were getting back to Horde versus Alliance, but no. So yeah, as far as that goes, that all feels familiar. So go smack 10 gnolls.
Look,
Right, when I logged in yesterday, there were like tons of folk. It's quite quiet at the moment, but by the same token, I don't know where half the gnolls are. Oh, they're all up here. That's where they are.
I don't have a target.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a target. That sounds familiar. Oh, let's get that Army of the Dead on go. For the lols. I'm sure there's like an optimal way to do the rotation, but at the moment, as long as I'm hitting them, it's a catch-up, it's fine. I'll look up rotation guides and stuff later. Oh, there's one of the new dragons. So yeah, I did have a look at a lot of the new races that were out, and I'm like, wow, the character creation screen's got fucking crowded. You know, do we need multiple flavors of orcs and gnomes? Although I do quite like the mechanical gnomes. But yes, we've got multiple elves as well. But I will always be of the classic either knight or blood elf variety. Possibly high elves. I don't know if they gave us high elves. I need 4 more. Nope, I saw one running about in here. Come get smacked.
I need a target.
So I do like how, right, for just from what I've seen that they've changed and what they've done. So I think they've done the Elder Scrolls Online thing where instead of having to like progress through zones at a set level, which often meant you were racing to the top and racing to level cap. So, you know, there were usually when you got to like level something 8, you would basically be funneled to the next expansion, even if you hadn't completed the story of the previous one. This could be quite jarring, because literally the gear that you would get for even just starting the next expansion was better than most of the raid gear that you'd likely get if you stayed at the previous expansion, so power creep was absolutely a thing. So I think they tried to rectify that and said, right, pick a zone, it'll scale to you, do whatever you like. And you know what? I can definitely see why that would be intimidating to new players that weren't in WoW or have never played WoW before. But for me coming back, that's definitely a... Oh, well, that's good. It means I can just pick an expansion that I've not done and go have fun with that. So I appreciate that as far as it goes. That said, after this stream, I do very much plan to go back and level my original Night Elf Warrior on Classic WoW. Oh, there we go. Yeah, ready to turn it. Cool. So yeah, I was saying that Legion was actually my favourite expansion next to Lich King. And what I really, really loved with that, right, there's critical strike plus mastery, haste plus mastery. No, you can, yeah, you can. Nice draggy sword. They all look the same. Or we're going for the transmog, definitely. Okay, we'll go. I think we want critical mastery. That's strength and stamina. they basically the same? What's the difference between those two? Oh, they're one-handed. They're one-handed. Nah. Oh, or do I get all of them? Oh, I get all of them. Alright, okay.
This is starting to look like a coordinated assault. Let's move.
Right. Okay, so mounts. We need to choose our mount. Thankfully, I have quite a few to choose from. Yes, I was here back in the day. So, Blue Proto Drake. Ooh. Deathlands Venom. Vanquisher. Oh, yeah. Dread Raven Knight. I spent so fucking long trying to get the original Raven Lord mount, mainly because my name was Raven-san. Oh yeah. Yeah, we like... I got the Headless Horseman's mount, the Flying Headless Horseman mount. That was always a thing. Flying Disc, Red Proto Drake, the Golem. Where did... don't remember getting him, but okay. Violet Drake. Albino Drake, I think, yeah, him from Diablo 4. Who else we got? These are all the old classic ones. Certainly what I feel is an Exia Drake. Yep, we got an Exia. A lot of these that came with like collector's editions and stuff, yeah, they look cool, but there's no real value to them because you bought them. The ones that really had status, the ones that people like properly loved. Yeah,
At Riley Sadlex,
the Goku disc.
I like the Plague Bat.
Plague Bat, you like the Plague Bat? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to select random favorite mount, and it'll cycle through them. Oh, we've ended up with Poison Drake Dragon. Fair enough. Whoa. Okay. Straight away, they've changed fucking flying. This is a fly higher surge. Yeah, before it was just move in 3D space. Now they've added all kinds of like abilities and stuff. No shit. How do you stop this thing? I just instantly facepalm into a tree. That's the epic story of the Death Knight returning. Where's Raphael? You see that tree over there? Splat.
Raiding farms. The ogres and kobolds must be gathering supplies for a larger strike.
Okay, I'm serious. How do you actually stop? Right. Okay. Okay, and even more seriously, how do you dismount? There we go.
Something first. Speak, friend.
The other thing that was a kind of status symbol back in the day was your bag slots. So as you can see, I've got all 22 bag slots, but we're getting instantly upgraded to 24 bag slots. So thank you, Thrall. So I did have the mod. I usually played with the mod. Is it just going to let me upgrade them, or do I have to like empty them first? 24. No, I think I might have to empty that one first. So just move everything over here, and that should let me upgrade this one. So the big criticism that I've heard a lot from like people returning to retail is it tries to get you into the action way too quickly. So it's like rushing you through all the content and rushing you to level up. It just wants to get you to end game, really. Whereas Classic WoW is much more of a journey. Right, recover prize pumpkins.
What would you ask the daughter of the sea?
Slay some.
I will never forget.
And did you? Oh yeah, Battle for Azeroth. We went to like her home island or something, didn't we?
Control your power, or it will control
I vaguely remember that. Okay. So again, one thing that Classic now does, basically a lot of the mods that I used to play with seem to be integrated now into just Classic generally, which is good. I know Josh Hayes was getting like a lot of stick for playing with Questies, the mod, and people were like, if you want the classic Warcraft experience, you should read all the text and you figure everything out on your own. He's like, dude, I'm streaming to like 3,000 people. You know, I'm not exactly having the classic experience here. I love my little army of the dead. See, this is why I like Death Knights. But you know, of course, when they first came out, like everyone was playing. That's quite funny. He's actually like holding them.
I don't have a target.
Yeah, Mongol smash.
Conera. Milo likes sweet corn.
He does. He was eyeing up my... Milo, are you drooling on the red blanket? Oh, for God. There's a little puddle right underneath him. Like...
I need to target something first.
So, but he got out to the lock today.
Conera. Rolling on the floor laughing.
We got out to the lock, so he got tired out. So he's fine. He's fine. Right, boom. Again, I should probably be reading the quest text. Like, I don't know what the story is with this guy and these pumpkins. I don't know what he plans to do afterwards. Maybe some sort of American Pie situation. Right, there we go. Right. Oh, hello. Now, you're a big boy. Army of the Dead. Oh, ow, he's actually kicking my ass. Fuck. Right, okay, let me run away. Shit. I may have picked on more than I could chew. Fuck. Okay. Well, that went well. And now the humiliating walk back to your corpse. The intimidating Death Lord Raphael. Being flattened by some big fat bastard. I wonder if the dude with the pumpkins is just going to show up again. Right. Sit, Crizzy. There he is.
At Riley Sadlex. Pick on someone your own size, tears of joy.
I know, right? I mean, all I did was, like, creep up behind him and stick him in the arse with my big pointy sword. I mean, what's wrong with that? Okay, I've not read my rule.
Conera. I want his grin.
What, the big fat bastard? I remember the ogres. Some of them had like 2 heads, and it was always fight.
Conera. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I want his loot, so I'm gonna have to poke him in the arse again.
At Riley Sadlex. He clearly don't swing that way.
He will when I'm done with them. I'm sorry, that seemed needlessly sexually aggressive. For God's sake. I love that.
Conera. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Just random ghouls, like, gag them. Right, okay. So, I think I might need to just revisit my skills again. And it's kind of locked my bar.
Bromcom,
Yes, yes.
well met.
My beautiful pumpkins. It's quite a lot of pumpkins. I think the farmer, right. Why Thrall, leader of the Horde, and, you know, one of the most important named characters in Warcraft, why are you concerned with pumpkins? Okay. Never mind.
Together, we are strong.
I'm sure there's a reason. Okay, so some rings. So, actually, my legendary ring's actually still kind of useful. But the other one, we want to replace with that. Cool, we'll do that. Right, let's have a look again at my skills, see if we can actually make some sort of use to them. Army of the Dead, Dark Transformation, Raise Dead, Raise a Ghoul to fight. Yeah, I want him up at all times, so we'll move him to there. Festering Strike, that seems to be like the main one that I want. Outbreak. We'll stick that up there because that's a utility thing.
Conera. Yindy, I'm craving crisps.
I have what's in the cupboard. I could once again send Milo down the N74 with fucking Watsits if you need. Otherwise, I fear you're on your own. Riley, do not take her side again. So, or I will not hear the end of it. Oh, Path of Frost. That was always a fun one. That'll be run across water. Mind Freed, Lichdom. We'll stick that one there. Anti-Magic Shell. Blinding Strike. Oh, Death Grip was a yank, wasn't it? You would just kind of grab them and then...
Conera. Milo loves Watsits, I won't get any.
That's very true. That is very true. For Mother's Day, I thought it would be very sweet if Milo took a card through to my missus, and we hid a treat. I hid a treat inside the envelope. The thing is, Milo being Milo went, "Ooh, treat!"
At Riley
and then
Sadlex.
fucked off with the envelope.
Ellipsis dot. Conera. His mama.
I know. He was like, no, mama, no, you're not getting this, it's mine. And we're just like, Milo, you'll get the treat in a second. For 10 seconds, your movement is... Okay, so that's... Rune Forging. Allows the Death Knight to invest in his weapon with runes. You haven't added a section. Ooh, okay. Dark Command. Command the creature to attack you. Okay, that's a taunt. Ice Power Fortitude. We'll stick that there. Okay, Ice Power Fortitude could be a thing. Festering Strike. A Mindless... Okay.
Conera. I'm getting an ad for a new Skoda.
Okay, fair enough. Do we want a Skoda? Is that something that we're after? Right, okay. Outbreak.
Conera.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I kind of feel that's probably something that we need. So, Outbreak. We'll swap these two about there like that. Scourging Strike and Holy Strike. That's Anti-Magic Shell. We've got Putrefy. Okay, right. There we go. So that's me going through Runes thing. Requires Rune Forging. Oh, Rune Forging was like a skill that Death Knights could do because their whole like thing was they bind their magic to their weapon. Okay. Right. I think... Ah, the ghoul's updated. That's cool. You know, playing a Death Knight, you used to get a lot of stick in the community for like basically playing on easy mode, and yeah, not gonna lie, it totally is, and that's why I love it. Right, you fat bastard, it's your time. It's your turn again. Let's do this. Right, yoink! Grab his ass. My fortitude. Army dead. Dark transformation. We also want outbreak. Yeah, I won't say I know what I'm doing. I'm just saying that, you know, hitting all the buttons and actually like using your other abilities kind of helps. Right, poorly written plans. Okay. You there. Yoink. Get over here!
To target something first.
Nice. Right, I think that does all of that. So yeah, it's quite quiet without Mike on the chat. I got a very angry TikTok comment kind of going, well actually that thing he said about the fungus taking over the body was wrong. Actually fungus is quite like heat and all this. Is like, right, okay, calm down. I will inform Fact Boy Mike that
The time for dreams.
he was incorrect on this. And like the guy went, thank you. It's like clearly he offended TikTok.
Strongguard is their next target. We must make haste.
He's also been tormenting me on the Discord with memes about beans. I have threatened to kick him off the server, so, but somehow I don't think he's taking my threat seriously. Right. Okay. Then they changed the transmogs, I think. Character stats, equipment manager. Yeah, we want it unholy. Let's save this. Can we place in bag? Ignore the slot. How does one transmog? Is it just a button these days, or do you actually have to like go and do something? Right, where are we off to? Where are we off to? All the way over there. Right. Okay. Raven Lord Mount. Hey, big fuck off, Raven. Whee. Yeah. Just fly over them and shit on their heads. Let's break. Do a barrel roll. Okay, that is a big bastard. I think... Is that up here we want to go? No. The Pale Horse. The amount of Halloweens I had to grind to get this thing. Okay, I'm here, now what? And yes, it's a flying horse. Whoa, 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 stop, stop. Jesus Christ. There we go. And how did you fuckers get up here?
We cannot let the world fall to darkness.
What is this? That's a trinket. Right.
A long road lies before us. I know what must be done.
Okay, Thrall, what have you got?
Well met.
Thrall and I will locate their leader. Meet up with us once you've disrupted their forces.
I'm guessing Sylvanas is no longer in charge of the Horde, because that seemed to be
Hello.
like the whole thing they were building up to when I left. Which is just as well, because she was a bit of a bitch. And... Right. I'm not sure I like this new flying mechanics. They're a bit like, whoa, slow the fuck down. He's just like a random human player. Blood Death Knight. What am I to do? Repel the Ogre Siege. Okay, right, so just presumably just get stuck in the action there. I could do that. Ah, yeah, I remember how the Death Knights work now. So yeah, you attack to build up runes, and then you spend those runes to do extra damage. Stick him in the arse! You shall not fuck with me! Yeah, let's take on the big bastard. Come on, I'll take you. Yeah. Minions.
I don't have a target.
Haha. Me and my entourage. This is why I like Unholy Death Knights. Just swarm them with the undead.
This you World of Warcrafting?
This is me World of Warcrafting. So, I would just say you've been tormenting me on the server with various bean references. The worst part is, right, the only thing that gives me the bolt more than beans is belly buttons. And I was at a very important meeting last night for the South Lancashire Lib Dem committee. It's local politics, sitting there talking about libraries, potholes, you know, the fight against reform, you know, really kind of important stuff. And my missus has sent me a picture of her belly button going, oh look, it's stretchy now. And I'm just like, what? Stop it. No. I threatened her that if she ever sent me a picture of her belly button covered in baked beans, that would be grounds of divorce. That's it, I'm just leaving. You know, that's like the ultimate betrayal.
Just wait. A few months' time, it'll be stretched and inside out.
Why, Mike? Why? Why can't you leave me to my delusions? So did you ever play Warcraft back in the day?
No, I did not.
No. It's one of those things where if you were there at the time, oh, the stories I could tell you, Mike. You have to be part of the culture, to be there
Yep.
as we stormed the keeps of Iceborne Citadel and taking on Arthas and Illidan and the Black Temple and all that. Is it all that nowadays? Probably not, in all honesty. Although I will say that the South Park episode "Make Love Not Warcraft" is still one of the greatest pieces of media ever created.
Yeah, I had a friend that played the original back in the day, and she got addicted to it. And she said that she actually needed professional help at one point because she'd be coming home from work, playing World of Warcraft, and her alarm would go off for her to go back to work, and it would happen like several days in a row.
Yeah,
And she would end up like collapsing and sleeping for days.
See, at my peak Warcraft, Warcrafting, I was in a raiding guild. Now, to get into the raiding guilds, honestly, I'm not even joking, it was like applying for a job. You had to go to a forum, you had to fill out, you know, your experience, you had to, like, pass a gear check, you know, you would have to commit to a schedule. It was a full-on second job, right? And maybe I shouldn't be doing this, you know, while I was studying as a student. But my roommate at the time was actually, like, in the top guild of his server, and they were going for things like world first and stuff like that. He was a proper hardcore raider. Now, I probably shouldn't tell this story on stream, but I'm going to anyway. I'm just not going to name him. So what kind of happened? He was in his first year of uni, and I was in my second year, I think. But we shared a flat, and he's the one who taught me how to play Warcraft. And I think he was doing games design at Caledonian. Anyway. So let's just say his dad was quite well off and was covering a lot of things. You know, he definitely benefited from the bank of mum and dad. Yeah, even more so than myself. The thing is, he decided that the course he was on wasn't for him, and he was thinking about dropping out. And I, you know, spoke to him about it and went, well, you know, maybe the thing to do is if it's really not for you, you need to follow your heart, that sort of thing. But, you know, make sure you land on your feet, go out, make sure you've got a job to land onto that you can support yourself, and then as you figure out what to do next. So he took the first part of my advice, which was to drop out of his course. He didn't do the second part. And he continued to leave his dad under the illusion that he was still at uni. This persisted for 4 years. To the point where I was seeing routine Facebook comments from his dad going, I'm so glad you're making something of your life. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see you graduate. And I'm like, dude, it's been 4 fucking years. You still haven't told your dad yet? In that time, after we were like college roommates, his dad like paid for like a 1-bedroom flat in Glasgow for him. And he basically spent the next 3 years becoming one of the top WoW players of, like, again, world first, records, that sort of thing. And I'm like, well, he clearly had the free time, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
When his dad eventually did find out, because I was sitting there going, am I going to have to plan a fake graduation at, like, Royal Concert Hall or something like that? Because, yeah, there's going to be a murder, you know, quite frankly. Then when his dad did find out, he was not impressed and basically went, right, I own you, and I own you until you pay me back the 35 grand I've spent. So I was like, oh. So I think to give him his credit, I think he's worked it off now. But yeah, that was a situation. So yes, Warcraft ruining people's lives. I have heard of stories. Right, what do I need to do? Fight bot visions, abilities. Oh right. Oh, do I have to like? Oh, right. Is that what I need to do? This is teaching me how to. This is a tutorial. Right. Okay. So I have to interrupt these abilities. I don't know how you give brain freeze to a robot. Shielded cast bars cannot be interrupted. Okay, there we go. Done that. So yeah, I think WoW has experienced or suffered from both narrative and mechanic power creep over the 2 decades it's been around. I mean, it got a bit Dragon Ball Z-ish, where it's like, in the early game it was like Illidan's a big threat, then Arthas, the Death Knight, or the Lich King's returned, and it's like after they used all the villains from Warcraft 3, they were like, oh shit, we have to keep inventing new, bigger, badder villains, and it's like, yeah, Deathwing, the big fuck off dragon that was under the earth, he's a thing, and oh right, okay, now it's the Shadow Demons from the Shadow Realm, and actually it was the Titans and the Old Ones, and all this, and I'm sitting there going, in Dragon Ball Z, it like started off with like Goku's brother coming to Earth, and like he totally outclassed all the Z fighters, and then in retrospect, by the end of the series, he was like the weakest, like runt of the litter as far as like the Saiyans were concerned. And then like the last big villain he fought was like Majin Buu. And like literally when they rebooted the series into Dragon Ball Super, they were like, yeah, we literally had to start off with the God of Destruction, because how do you top Majin Buu? So, yeah, Warcraft got a little bit like that. So I have no idea who the current big bad is, or why we care, or I know that the box art for the new expansion is this weird shadow elfy person, and yeah, I have no idea why she's important or what her whole deal is. And why does this horse not have brakes? Right. Fucking hell. Stop. There we go.
That makes you real life driving, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. But even then, I have done horse riding before. I know how to get a horse to stop. There we go. Boom. So yeah, if Warcraft was free, I probably would go. Would you guys be up for a night of it? But yeah, is it worth if you were never into WoW and it's not something that you were interested in, would I say get subscription? Probably not. I'd probably say we'd have a better time jumping on Warhammer Online. Although for some reason, and I have to figure this out, why, my Warhammer streams have been copyright claimed. So it must have been a sound effect or some background music or something. Like, it's not because I've heard things of like the AI music that I put at the start of the streams and stuff, because the Napalm Records kind of whoosh at the front. I have noticed a couple of times it's given me that. It's like, yeah, you clearly just like scraped them as a data set. Which is a bit shady.
There is a company, and it released a load of music, and the music was like a jumble of lots of random weird sounds and things.
Yeah.
And then they use that to copyright claim like millions of things. It's got like nothing to do with it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
Yeah, so, it's a big issue, and YouTube's not been very forthcoming about talking to folk about it.
Oh, tell me about it. And you know what? It's the lack of consistency. Like, honestly, some of the oh, by the way, hit 200. It would be great if I hit 2,000. 200 subscribers for Halfwit. So we're growing. Yeah. We're growing. Yay. I really should start the next episode. I said I'd get it out for Easter. So, oh well. Anyway, Easter holidays are coming up, so I might have like a bit of time to work on them. But yeah, like I sometimes upload the videos to YouTube as like a tester beforehand, so I can like send them to people and show like test drafts to like family and stuff. And sometimes they can be randomly copyright claimed, even though Mark, my editor, was very careful about using royalty-free music and stuff in the backgrounds of it. But yet, I'll upload the same episode again with no changes, and it won't get copyrighted.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So yes, the joys of being a YouTuber. I'm I'm looking for another catapult.
See, I said that. I said this years ago. A better system would be that as a YouTuber, you should be able to upload your video, but you have to put in the details of any audio that you use. So, like if you use a song, then you have to put in the details of it, so that when it comes up with an automatic check and it goes, oh, it sounds like this, they can go into the details and then double check that first.
You say that, but from their point of view and from like companies, it's like, yeah, just get the bots to do it and then automatically copyright claim
Yeah.
the thing so we can get the revenue, and even if it's disputed afterwards. The one copyright claim that I'm really salty about, and it's my ongoing war with Doctor Who, for fuck's sake, is when I did the review of the Doctor Who RPG, and I took little clips of various videos, just as kind of like background B-roll for basically what I was talking about, and the fucking BBC copyright claimed me for the visuals. I was like, I didn't realise that was a thing, for fuck's sake. And I disputed it and went, look, fair use, this is a review, for God's sake. But they turned me down and threatened that if I try and dispute it again, it could result in copyright strikes. And I'm like, you win this round. So, but my sister was saying, maybe if you're doing something like that, to stop the automatic flagging, reverse the video or flip the video. And that might...
Yeah, but I've got a funny feeling they're starting to catch on to that, because there have been cases of folk uploading full movies flipped and stuff.
I did love me and the missus. We watched Future Cop with Sylvester Stallone. Can you guess which movie Future Cop was?
Judge Dredd.
90s Judge Dredd, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she'd only ever seen like the Carl Urban one, and
All right.
again the Carl Urban one is good. I'm not gonna diss on that too much, but I like 90s cheesy Dread, as you know.
Well, like I've said it before, the Carl Urban Dread had the feel of it,
Yes,
but the Sylvester Stallone Dread had the look of it.
yes, 100%.
If they combined the two of them, as in got rid of Sylvester Stallone and put Carl Urban and the grittiness, because the Sylvester Stallone one I thought was too clean. The universe was too clean, but they had the fancy cars, the fancy robots, all that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the
if they'd
ABC
made
Warriors were amazing in that as well.
Yeah, if they'd done it like grimy and gritty like the Carl Urban one, and they'd done the Dread like Carl Urban, but in the Stallone universe, it would have been spot on.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure there's a reason why they'll like all be frozen. Is this the guy I'm after? No, Armored Cleaver. No. Right, who am I looking for? Rogue Rock. One last ogre. Okay.
But there's talks again of a TV series of it.
Of Dread. Well,
Yeah.
they were talking about Mega City 1 as a show. But I went onto the Instagram of it. Now, I think it was pre-pandemic. I think if that's the show you're on about, it's been stuck in like...
No, that one's been pretty much canned. They were talking about another Dread film.
Right.
That kind of disappeared. Then there was a Netflix series which kind of got a wee bit further, and Carl Urban was on board with that.
Yeah. Was
But
Mega
that
City 1?
disappeared. I think it was after pandemic,
Right,
but
okay.
that kind of went into development hell again as well.
Yeah.
But there's been another recent uptick on it.
Right. Because the thing is, Dread ages in real time in the comic. Like every year in our world is 1 year in the comic, and it's beginning to stretch credibility. Like Dread's like 90 now,
Yep.
and you know all his wounds and scars carry over.
And then you've got the Boys series coming out shortly.
Oh yeah, yeah. I watched the first couple of seasons of The Boys and kind of sort of fell off it. I need to try and get back into it. Right, return to Hammerfall.
Let honor. I will return to Hammerfall to help with the repairs.
And I'll do the same for Stromguard. We could all use a moment of respite.
Okay, I've got the default Death Knight armor now. Well, at least it all matches, so I no longer look like I've covered myself with sticky tape and ran through a charity shop, which was always a thing in early WoW in terms of matching your gear. Okay, can the horse do a barrel roll? Yeah, the horse can do a barrel roll. Whee! That's break. Aerial halt. Swift ascend. Second wind.
See if you lived in a world where there was magic and all that like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you bother building fences?
That's a bit like asking if everyone had a thermonuclear missile. Would we care about property law?
Yeah, but like, why would you build a spiky fence when a guy with a flying horse can just fly over the top of it?
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, that's where you get like anti-horse artillery. So, during the catch-up experience, assigned highlights was turned on. This enables highlights. Yeah, I'm still see casual, so keep them on. Okay, cool. Your next adventure is nothing.
Together, we are strong.
Show me where I can go next. Right, Dragonflight. Oh, alright, okay. So it's just kicking me straight into Dragonflight.
So I have printed a fair few D&D models for Sunday.
Yes, I saw how you were offering Tavares your 3D printing skills. You never offered me them, you dick.
I said that to you before.
Did you?
Yes.
Alright, okay. I don't remember this. So, I was like, oh, right, Tavares is getting the special treatment. Right. Hold on.
I counsel the High Chief.
Dragon Quest Isles. Yeah, we'll pick this up.
The Horde, the Dragon Isles.
Oh, well, I kept saying to him, because he's learning to paint, so to speak, that it would be better if, like, I could print a pile of kind of just random models that he could just practice painting on, and then that way he can keep his good models for when he gets a bit better and a bit more confident.
Of course, you say all this, but I'm the one teaching him how to paint. So, which you know what, right? I love the boy to absolute bits, and you know his painting skills. Yeah, obviously he's just starting out, so you know, teaching him to paint wasn't nearly as painful as teaching him how to build the models. You know, in the time it took me to build 10 Scarab Terminators, he had managed to stick the arm to one guy, and then the arm promptly fell off. So that's how well that was going for him.
At Riley Sadlex. I remember when I mentioned that you could 3D print them and my ex had a go at me.
Oh, again, it's one of those things, like Games Workshop, in terms of the mini space, they're so big now that, you know, to make things in plastic, it takes a lot of tooling up, and it's not very cost effective, especially for like smaller miniature companies. So like Warlord Games that does the Judge Dredd minis and stuff, they're all resin. It would be usually only core range. I am quite interested, I don't know if this is one for you, Mike. I am actually kind of interested in the StarCraft tabletop RPG.
All right.
So there's a new box coming out, which I'll definitely be picking up, and then I might consider that. So, oh right, okay. This is interesting. I thought level scaling was a thing, but it doesn't seem to be at this point. You're already completed and taken from the map. She's just sitting here. Skyride, quest objectives, level quests. Okay. Broken Isle. So, 10 to 60, 360.
I've actually got the 3D printer on at the moment, and one of the models that's on there is my character for Snuggin's campaign.
Right, okay, but aren't we playing digitally for that?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Admittedly, I did Hero Forge it for the halfwits guys. 10 to 35. Right, I'm sure when I logged on yesterday, it was like 10 to 90 for all these. So I was like, oh, right, they've done full level scaling. But this doesn't seem necessarily to be the case at the moment.
Unless it changes over time.
Yeah, might be.
At Riley Sadlex. I loved painting him. I had an orc with a pink hairpiece
Because
that
if
was
it
named
changed
Bruta.
with time or with missions, that means lower level players can still visit other areas.
Yeah.
But it also means that you don't have low level areas that get locked out or boring for when you level up.
Yeah. I like the idea that you could just go straight to an expansion basically and just play through that until you were done. I'm trying to work out right there. Oh, there's Darnarthus. Is that right? What's this in here? The Wanderers. Okay, so I suppose I'm pretty sure Broken Isles, that was Legion. I really, really liked Legion. Xanathal, I don't think I've played. That might be the new expansion. Yeah, 10 to 60. Right. Okay, that seems to be like the new one. Is this Battle for Azeroth? This might have been Battle for Azeroth. Okay, don't think I've played that one.
Bang a minute, for Pete.
No worries. Dragon Isles, Pandaria. And it's like... Okay, so this is like new high level? Yeah, this seems to be like the new high level, I think. Oh yeah, and there's the Maelstrom as well. 1 to 20, Lost Islands, Deep Home. Yeah, we've been down there. Okay. Northrend, what? I find this funny that Northrend is considered 1 to 30 now. Ice Cream Citadel. Oh, because there's also, yeah, here we go. There's also Outland, so Outland's 2 to 30. So Nagarath. What was the big city? Shathrath, so that was it. That was there. I did get the Raven Lord, finally. I used to always run Shathrath City or the Shadow Labyrinth. No, what was it? Skellig Halls? It was one of them that drops the Raven Lord, and I had to keep doing that over and over again. Draenor, 15 to 40. Yeah, we did Draenor. Draenor was pants. This is the new Shadow Lord one, the Maw. Okay. Alright, so we might as well, for all that, the Dragon Isles, 10 to 70. That seems... Might as well move on to the Dragon Isles then, I suppose. Alright, fair enough. Where was the guy? He was over here with all the portals, wasn't he? Oh. Where was he? Was he over this way?
At Riley Sadlex. ITV series I've been watching is coming to an end, on the last few episodes of the last season.
Oh,
Not happy about it, tears of joy.
But that's the thing about all good stories, Riley. They all must come to an end, finally. me and the missus, we were watching Castle. Get a mystery writer played by Nathan Fillion. And you know what? It's really good. And I'd seen Castle before, but I'd never seen the last series. And when we got to the last series, we were watching it and kind of going, yeah, I can see why the show needed to end. It was like getting stupid to the point where it was like every season Castle got kidnapped 4 or 5 times. It was like, does he get like a loyalty card or something at this stage? So Uldrum, Deep Home, right? So that's those are the Cataclysm sort of bits to go to. Okay, so this seems to be the whole Dragonflight thing. Now again, back in old Warcraft, there was no fast travel. There really was no fast travel. You had to get used to, if you wanted to get from, like say, oh, I've not been to Darnassus actually, since it got blown up. Yeah, I've not been there in a while. That's where the Draenei start, isn't it? Yeah. I know this one's all about Eversong Wood, Silvermoon City, Silvermoon Isle. I know that's where the current story is just now. Easter Plaguelands. Oh, what's this? Why isn't this open? Stranglethorn Vale. I remember Booty Bay, Zolgarub.
At Riley Sadlex. It's 2 broke girls. Put it on for background noise. Didn't expect to be watching it. Still tears of joy.
Me and the missus, we watched 2 Broke Girls. We liked that. I quite love what's Stifler's mum? I'm in my birth. So, yeah, the what is she? She's Polish. That's it. She's awesome. And you know, Max is quite fun as well. You can tell when they like try to make each other like break on set. But yeah, that's a show that just ended very abruptly.
Spoke of.
Okay. Discourse thing's in the way, right? Speak with all right, okay.
At Riley Sadlex. Love Sophie.
Oh yeah, Sophie's
The
awesome.
aspects will be pleased that the council
At Riley
has accepted
Sadlex.
their invitation.
Oleg though tears of joy, tears of joy.
Wonders and many perils.
We all know an Oleg.
Those who answer the call
And if you
will
don't,
face
it's
whatever
probably you.
challenges may come.
The strength of the Horde has always been its people. I am heartened to hear it. But know that the Dragon Queen will not abide conflict on her shores. The Horde honors its truce with the Alliance. To that end, the Reliquary will work together with the Explorers League on an expedition of discovery.
I expect we will learn much from one another.
Do not forget.
Not
it is
sure I
said
like the overly like
Dragon Isles are home
Pixar
to the Jack
animated
Theatre
as
as
they're
well.
talking every
We
time.
intend to
Those
rediscover our
TikToks
past
and
lay claim to
Instagram
our
reels
future.
that do all that really
Then let
annoy the
our
shit out of
peoples
me.
make this journey
It's like,
together,
just talk normal.
Silverfish.
Agreed. Along the way, we can
At
hone
Riley
our combat
Sadlex.
skills.
Literally on episode 17 season 6.
Uh-huh.
Wings.
Because I think if they continued the show, the early show was all about Caroline learning to be poor, and their business was going to be successful. So the later seasons was going to be about Max learning to be rich, which was an interesting kind of dynamic. But obviously, it never got that way.
Hail, adventurer. I
So
shall
yes,
help you prepare for the
expect a
Dragon
very
Isles.
abrupt end, Riley. Oh yes, I'm to inform you, fact boy, that you've upset TikTok. So
Why?
I got angry comments about your mushroom theory about apparently mushrooms like heat or something like that. You can go on to the TikTok and argue with them. I just said I would inform fact boy of this, but I am indeed only slightly better than a sentient fungus. To which they agreed, which I thought was slightly mean. So. Right.
At Riley Sadlex. Oh god.
Right. Please stop. Right. Just... Right, where am I going? What am I doing? Where's the plot? No. Right. No, don't do that. For fuck's sake. Half the stream is just going to be me crashing into things. Right. Campaign. This is where we are. Where am I going? So that's... Okay, so presumably we're going there. Okay, Right. While we are here... The drag... Again, in early Warcraft, I remember, you know, whole groups of players getting together to do a raid on either Stormwind or Orgrimmar to kill the Horde leaders. Who's the Horde leader these days? Is there... Find the biggest building. Who's in charge? Is it Thrall again? Backed by popular demand. Because turned out, like, an undead wifey, he was a little bit insane.
What do you need?
Loktar, go forth to victory.
Random skulky dude. Okay. Right, never mind. Gravity doesn't affect me. Monk trainer. Alright. Yeah, the big person mounts. I remember them.
I have replied.
Oh, you have replied. Okay.
Yes. I put warm, moist, and human body temp as warm as are they the same, essentially?
Right.
Because human body temp is 36.6 degrees.
Mike, are you
Yes.
fighting with randos on the internet?
Yes. My wife will tell you I am a professional fighter of randos on the internet.
Yeah, that I actually believe. So, see, I'm just winding them up. Right? You're actively encouraging them. So, right, what do I need to do here? Collect traders. Oh, right, okay. Hey. Don't know what that's for, or what the point of that is, but okay. Oh, right, it wants me to do stuff there. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. There we go. Right. Class, hall report, click here. Spirit of Vengeance. Adventure guide. That's tutorials. Raids, dungeons, time walking, visit Orgrimmar to choose a storyline for your next adventure. Okay. I'll say Lord Walker, Misfit Dragons. We'll decline that just now. We've got the dragon quest for the moment. Yeah, I love how people are still fighting on that video about hairy dads versus, yeah, the smelly teenage boys.
Yeah.
What am I to do? Right. Something. I'm recruited. You were there.
You look like you've got skill.
We need you for an expedition.
Dragon Isles, you say? It would be an honor to join the expedition.
I love how like he's like, yes, it'll be a... Oh, he's gone. Skip!
The odds favor us.
Right. Right. Yeah, there we go. Also, before we fully go, I would actually like to transmog, make myself look more stylish, because I did have a lot of transmogs unlocked again back in the day.
What a
So
remarkable opportunity.
housing
Imagine
dashboard.
all the wondrous relics
Yeah, I don't have
collected by
midnight
the
yet, so I don't have.
dragonflights over the ages.
I might pick up.
I will gather my wisest scholars for your expedition.
Yes, yes, yes. Character. How does one transmog again? So that's character stats, titles, equipment manager. No, it's not in any of those. Warband collections, group finder, guilds and communities, housing, quest log, achievements, professions. No, it's not that. Right, I shall ask the internet very quickly. How to transmog. Visit a transmog NPC in Major City, Stormwood, Orgrimmar, to open. Okay. Orgrimmar, where are you? The primary transmog in Orgrimmar is WoWRetail, located in the drag. Roughly 40. Okay. Okay, we'll quickly do that. Get some new threads. I do know where the drag is. Whee! There's still a bunch of rare mounts that I want to try and get. I used to like try and farm the Copper Proto Drake, I think, which is like it spawns like once every 13 hours or something like that, and goes a very specific particular path. It's like I still don't know if people know that that exists and they're still actively like farming it. Lord. Right. Who am I looking for? Transport location in. Okay, this was 4 years ago, but. Okay, right. Keep an eye out, Mike. I'm looking for some weird dude with like pink sparkly bits around him.
All right.
This is the auctioneer. This is the bank. Okay.
Now, talking about fungus, right?
Okay.
Did you know fungus made coal finite?
Me. Right.
Right. So, long time ago, plants existed, but trees didn't, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then plants developed lignin, which is the thing that makes plants tall, and then trees grow big, right?
Right.
But at first, nothing could break down lignin. So for a long time, there was all these forests, and when the trees died, they just rested on the ground and more forests grew on top of them, right?
Yeah.
That's what became coal. Because they were getting buried and they were getting buried and they were getting buried. They were never breaking down properly. They were getting crushed and they got capped off essentially, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, fungus developed a taste for lignin, which is why you often find fungus and mushrooms on rotten trees.
Right.
Right? And when that happened, no more forests of dead wood that were not rotting away.
Right.
So that's what stopped the production of coal. So all coal is roughly the same age. You don't get any coal that's any younger.
but
What?
Why did the mushroom go to the party?
Because he was a fun guy, obviously.
Exactly. So that's the only response I have for you there. All right, I'm in the wrong bit. That's maybe why I can't. It said it was in a drag, which is this bit here. Yeah, this bit. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Hey, here we are. Here we are. Make me look pretty, please. I want to try.
That'll be a lot of gold for you.
Oh, shut up. Right. Okay, what have we got? What have we got? Oh, I know. Cause yes, I spent money on this back in the day. I just remember this now. I did have like I can do the whole headless horseman. I've got his thing. There's a rose. Yeah. That's a classic. That'd be a classic. Well.
Oh, I do. I have two questions from my wife for you, by the way.
Oh God. Right. Okay.
It's to do with makeup and wigs.
Nothing was ever proven, and I'm still pending the court case. So. Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we've got a gas mask. That's certainly funky, because that screams, fancy. Oh wait, that's the Crown of Eternal Winter. Yeah. Okay. So we're going with that. I actually paid money for that. Sorry. Yes. What are your questions?
Yes. Her skin around her face is kind of wrinkled and crackled a little bit to the point that she wants to smooth it off. So she wanted to know about best makeup for that, and her hair is thin, so she's going to ask about wigs.
Right. On serious points, a bit like painting Warhammer models, actually. What you want to do is she wants a good primer. And something a bit like... The makeup is one thing, but if you don't, smooth over the cracks or give the makeup something to hang on to, you're just going to, exaggerate them, if that makes sense. So, a good makeup primer is probably where to start with that. And then there's various kind of anti-age one. Now, again, I'm the special effects artist, but for our...
I did say that too.
But I will chat to... Because I was helping my mum do some kind of makeup stuff. She's in her 70s. So there is... In fact, right? You know what to do. Take her to the fort. Glasgow Fort. Go to Be Perfect. Ask for a girl called Lucy. And tell her Lee sent you. Right, she'll take care of her and give her kind of all the proper stuff that she needs. And I think that would work quite well. But yes, she wants a primer to begin with, to kind of smooth.
At Riley Sadlex, Elf primer is pretty good, I think.
Yeah. As for first of all, for her actual hair, there's something that she can maybe use. I used to have the name for it, but it's Noxycothin or something like that. I forget, but my sister was on it when she was going through her treatments. There's something that you can get to kind of put nutrition and stuff back into hair to make the hair better and stronger. But if it's wigs particularly she's looking for, she wants, I would say, human hair. And I do have a supplier that I can, that's where this one came from. So this is a human hair one. Which the best part is, if I was ever to commit a murder and I was to leave, hair DNA evidence behind, they're not looking for me. So there you go. So yes, that's the best advice I can give you. Right, so we're still picking out my outfit. I think we're going for the blues and the purples. So.
Back in a sec again. I'm going to finish my 3D printer.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. Let's go for tabards, undershirt, right hands, and that kind of goes with. That was part of that armor set, but we might. Do you have anything?
At Riley
glowing
Sadlex.
in purple?
Noted. Buying human hair wig.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The synthetic wigs are fine. I mean, the Yindy wig, the white one for half-wits, that's synthetic. So it's like as long as you like steam them properly and stuff. But like for the reason I grew the beard and stuff is because we're in campaign season and I'm standing for election and stuff. So I thought, you know, best. Maybe the whole Dungeon Master persona might be a bit much for the constituents of East Bride. So I toned that down a little bit. But yeah, this one's human hair. And this one was like 100 quid. And so... yeah, let's go with that. That kind of works. Yeah. There we go. I always did. This is a reskin of like the Paladin armor.
Conera.
Like
Don't
that.
shave, ill cry.
Whenever I shave,
At
the
Riley
missus always
Sadlex.
cries.
Totally not to get away with Mordor.
Mordor, as in like the Lord of the Rings, or is that another character? So, right. Outfit 1, that's all good. Oh, right, we need a big fancy sword to go with that. What we got? That kind of fits the aesthetic. I did quite like that one. It's simple.
At Riley Sadlex. Murder.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. I'm with you. Actually, that kind of works. Yeah, let's go with that. Cool. Save outfit, please.
Conera. You have a baby face when you don't have the bread, but still love yoy.
Now, you say I always look like a hard nut when I shave. Right, you have a free transformer outfit. Update this offer to... Okay, I think I'll be kind of using this. Okay, custom sets. Are these all ones that I've saved before? Alright, okay. Outfit. Purchase.
Conera. Your cause you don't smile unless you're with me.
Exactly. You make me smile, sweetheart. Right, okay, so these are all sets. That. Not all of which I have. I've got some of them. Oh, what was that one? I'm Batman.
Conera. I see baby.
He is. He's there. He's still snuggling next to me. Yeah, I like the simple one of that. Yeah. Okay, right, we're going with this. Hey, there we go. Raphael is back. With my big glowing purple shoulders. This is good. Yeah.
Conera. Night.
You off
At
to bed.
Riley Sadlex.
Thank you,
Milo.
sweetheart, for jumping in, and I'll message you tomorrow. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm down at yours. So, yeah, he's doing the whole blip face at the moment, so he's getting belly rubs next to me. Right. Okay. Cool. Let's right, so I think we're probably ready to head out now. Right, meet at the Zeppelin Tower outside Orgrimmar. Okie dokie.
You made quick work of gathering our expedition members. I admire efficiency in my traveling companions.
Who's talking to me? Where are the voices coming from? Oh yeah, that's.
The rebuilding continues.
Stay a while. Stay a while and listen.
What I do.
That's a
I
Diablo
do.
reference.
Several years have passed quietly since our forces returned from the Shadowlands. But it seems that quiet is now at an end, my love.
Indeed. We were fortunate to have even a brief respite from the usual perils and tribulations. Otherwise, you might have come up with an excuse.
I love how I'm
to
like a
accuse
total
my
short king
father's
next to
law.
these guys.
Your
It's like I'm
proposal?
actually nipple height on him.
I'm quite certain it was I who begged for your hand in marriage, Thalysra.
Lord Thamar Theron, you are such a creature of duty that you would have delayed our wedding over a crooked painting in Silvermoon. How fortunate I am that both our kingdoms witnessed our vows, else you might try to deny
Am I
that
getting
we
in the
ever
middle of something?
exchanged them.
Did I leave you two to it?
Deny the happiest moments of my life? Never. Whether under the light of the sun or the rays of the moon, I will love you for all my days, Thalysra.
Okay.
As I will love you,
Get a room, you
no
two.
matter how many dragons try to distract us.
Says me who pulls along the gimp.
At Riley Sadlex. Definitely over animated.
Yeah, just a bit.
I am ready. What do you need? Anything for an ally. It was Neltharion. He gave the final order that sent us back to our crashes. He betrayed us.
Right, hold on.
And bid his ally Malagos to weave a spell that would put us to sleep under the guard of his blue dragons. Where we remained, abandoned and forgotten.
Twin Peaks.
Awakened only when the Primalists returned to break Razagath free.
Did Nosdormu tell you how long we were kept in stasis?
Nearly 20,000 years. While we slumbered, the kingdom of dragons rose and fell. The world was sundered. And the aspects surrendered their power to stop to stop Deathwing.
We only have each other now. The Drakthea need a place in this world. Maybe it will be in the Dragon Isles. Or maybe somewhere else.
Kill. Hi, Exarch. Right. Are these like the new alliance? People that are ahead. Right. Yeah.
I am Bane, son of Cairn. Without honor, we have...
You seem distracted, Bane. Are you troubled by the news that the dragons bring?
No. But seeing both the Horde and Alliance answer their call has reminded me of absent friends.
I am sorry. I know what Anduin Rin means to you. Has there been no word at all from him?
King Greymane has been kind enough to answer my letters. He said there have been reports that Anduin has been seen, but none that they could verify.
Yeah, so Anduin's fucked off. Thank God for that.
Endured much in the
Back.
Shadowlands.
Hey, how you doing? You still
Seems
fighting randos on the
he is
internet?
not ready to go. Not
I was just putting the models in the dryer
Ah,
from the 3D print.
fair enough. Fair enough.
It is not always
I'm still trying to
the
get
one we wish to walk.
the new
But
tech guy. Well,
sometimes
maybe try to get
it
him
is
along
the
next
path
week
we need
because
to.
he does all the 3D printing at the
Be
college.
patient. Your friend
All right.
will return.
Have they got a resin printer or is it an FDM?
Guide him back to
FDM, I'm
those
pretty
who
sure.
love him.
Because he was telling me all about it.
for reminding
Because
me that
despite my boss buying the 3D printer for our department being makeup, basically he's been sat in the room the entire time just printing off like random like clapper boards and signs for doors and I walked in today and there was this little like 3D model stand of like the makeup art or the TV and film logo for the college, and I'm just like, so in other words, you're just really pissing about. Like none of this is actually relevant to what we're doing, but I'm glad you lot are having fun.
Let me know what you find.
Yay, level up. Oh,
A surprise attack.
there's
Guards,
Cathgar.
arrest this handsome wizard.
Be at ease.
Why is everyone horny? Right.
Apologies for my abrupt arrival, but the news I bring cannot wait for pleasantries. Remain.
Oh, okay. We stumbled across some plot here.
I did not expect to see you again so soon, my friend. After you'd answered the call of the Isles.
Something has happened, Khadgar. Something terrible.
Kalikos, tell me.
It all happened so quickly. And Rathian, young as he is, bravely or perhaps foolishly
What
tried
are you
to
doing
stop
on your
it.
phone?
I was checking my stats, but I clicked the reel. It's really annoying when that happens.
The Tempest had already been unleashed.
She let me live with a message. They are coming to cleanse the world of the Titan's stain.
So yeah, they're all big badass dragons. They do the D&D thing where they turn into human form.
What is she?
She is Razagath.
Wouldn't it be funny if they had to obey the laws of the same volume?
For danger.
So if they're a huge dragon, they could only turn into something that was the same volume as the huge dragon.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, that's just opening all kinds of like inflation rule 34. Let's not the perverts get a hold of that.
Unimaginable.
I mean, you've already seen the outfits.
Yeah. And every mod that somebody makes for every game.
Yeah.
I hadn't the heart to do it.
So what's your thoughts on the whole DLS fiasco that's happening at the moment?
Well, the issue is, right, I've seen some of the games already.
Yeah.
And it can make a game look better, but I feel like it's going to miss things.
Yeah.
Because some of it changed the characters so they looked completely differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which means like, what's the point of designing a character if your filter's going to change it anyway?
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's also like if you're playing something that needs any sort of accuracy, you can see in some of them how it changes the size and the shape of certain things.
Yeah.
Which could break the reality of it. Like if somebody's putting something into something, and then for whatever reason one thing's bigger than the other, and it's not supposed to be, but that's just the way the filter's just interpreted it.
So in other words, what you're saying is that AI is not infallible and is
no.
making mistakes.
Oh yes. Did you hear about the fiasco with the Chinese video AI?
No, I didn't.
I can't remember the name of it. Chinese have made a video AI, and it's the one that you've probably seen the videos where it's like Tom Cruise fighting John Wick.
Right.
Right? And it looks like it's straight out of Hollywood. Right?
Yeah.
To the point where I think it was the director of Deadpool, or somebody from the Deadpool, was a director or something, had said on it, goes, "Oh, that's us, we're done," because this like 12-second clip looked amazing, and they've done loads of them, like John Wick versus all sorts, right?
Yeah.
and they've done like loads of Star Wars things and Avengers things. It's just, but the moment, like, if you were using it, it's only a 12-second clip, right? Now, all Hollywood have went, that's not fair. They've used our data illegally to train their AI bot. We want to sue them, but it's a Chinese company, so they're just staying silent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We
But
don't
then,
care for your American copyright laws. Fuck you.
yeah, but then everybody else is going, but you used all of our data. You scraped off of everything illegally, and you've not done anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I can see like a case for like the DLS thing in terms of like handhelds and the Switch and all that, and that being like acceptable kind of sacrifice for, you know, keeping the game size as small to then upscale for a handheld.
Well, you can get like games like Cyberpunk on handhelds now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. But you know, like I think Resi 9 and Pragmata are coming out, like two big Capcom games. And I was like, ooh, do I pick them up on Switch 2? But then they do look a little bit like Play-Doh on the Switch 2, I have to say.
If you have questions.
Yes, at the moment, but the rate at which technology goes forward.
Yeah, I know.
Like by the time the Switch gets DLSS 5, the Switch will be 2 or 3 times more powerful than it is now, and would run your Resident Evil no problem.
Well, that's all presuming that China hasn't invaded Taiwan by then. Which, let's face it, is a pretty big if.
I don't think it's as big a threat as other countries using nukes, because the issue is, right, China's entire economy at the moment is like 90% is based on their export of goods.
Yeah.
If they invade Taiwan, everyone else is going to go, well, we're not buying them from you anymore.
Well, again,
and their economy isn't in the best position, so it would hurt them a lot really quickly.
I hear where you're coming from, but the thing is, like, for example, what's going on with Iran and the Strait of Hormuz, you know, Trump's obviously the one thing that will always take him back down or get him in check or, you know, cause him to back off is when the markets become unstable, and that's
I think he's playing it to make the markets unstable because he's made money out of making businesses fail.
Oh, absolutely. But there's but there's a limit to that. Like, his political, that's where his real political capital goes. America's not blue, it's not red, it's green. And if enough other people start losing money, that's when he starts properly losing his support, I think. More so than like the MAGA crowd or whatever. I think that's what was happening with Greenland. He was upsetting too many people and the markets were getting a bit, you know, pissed off with him, so that's when he had to like back off on that slightly. And I think at the moment he's looking for a way out of the whole Iran thing, because nobody worked out, you know, apparently, even though like literally everyone fucking told him, yeah, if you attack Iran this way, they're just going to like close the strait, and then that's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah, but then you've got the whole Israel influence as well.
Yeah. I mean, they've been after that war for about 30 years.
Yeah.
So, which again, you know, there's a lot of money there as well. Which, and I talk more, almost less on the Israel side and more the American evangelical end times. You know, Christ will return when Israel takes back the temple and stuff. It ushers in the end of days and that old bollocks. Which, you know, you're like, this is the world we live in. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Right. Where am I meant to be going, by the way? The stuff to do there. Right, okay, so I think we want to go. No, we do want to go that way, but do we go round? Okay, yeah, we do. We're beating up the whelplings. So yeah, I was on a point with that. Yeah, so I think at some point he's going to be looking for a golden bridge to claim victory and then get the fuck out, because you know, the oil I mean, that's what the whole thing with Venezuela. He took over Venezuela from the Bees. Even though he was like, we want their oil, we want their oil. The American companies were like, yeah, but we don't want that oil. Venezuelan oil, shit.
Well, what's even funnier was, right, before Trump came into power, the American companies were in Venezuela exporting the oil.
Yeah.
Right? It's not the best oil for petroleum, but it does have other uses, and they were using it, right?
Yeah.
Trump imposed tariffs, and all these companies went, oh, it's too expensive for us to be in Venezuela. No biggie, we'll just pull out. And then Trump was going, why aren't we taking all that Venezuelan oil? I'm just going to invade them and then we can take it. And that was why he had that press interview, and he turned around to the Exxon guy and goes, so why was it you pulled out of Venezuela? And he turned around and goes, because of your tariffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Again, yeah. I mean, as I was saying to the missus, right, you know, this isn't a controversial statement, and I don't think this will be, you know, a surprise to anyone. I do not like Trump. I think he's a big orange gorilla. But as much as he annoys me, and, you know, I hate his policies and all this sort of thing, right? He's not, in his second term, certainly, he's not the most dangerous one. I mean, he absolutely facilitates, but it's the Stephen Millers. It's the Steve Bannons. It's, you know...
It's the ones that are in his ear, you know.
Yeah, the ones that, or more importantly, the Project 25 architects that basically was like, right, if we get Trump back in, this lets us do all this bullshit that we've been wanting to do for ages, but, you know, pesky checks and balances that the whole American system was based on kind of gets in the way, so, yeah. But the thing about strongman regimes is, once the head kind of goes, there's no obvious successor. I know they're saying that, you know, J.D. Vance will obviously, like, step forward, but, you know, he's politically vacuous, you know.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of others who'll go, no, I'll get it before you do.
Exactly.
But like you said, this is the same with any, like, kind of, essentially a fascist regime, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to make themselves look too big and powerful underneath the main guy, because the main guy will eliminate you.
Yeah.
Right? And you see that all the time in Russia, right?
Yeah.
But then, when the big guy does disappear, you have got all these other guys that have been sitting there in ages going, I could do a better job than that, and then they'll start infighting.
Yeah, exactly. And they all start, particularly in Russia, inviting each other to birthday parties on the 42nd floor. So, and you know,
to be fair, second story windows are quite fatal in Russia.
Well, yeah, I know. So, funny that.
Don't need to be 42nd floor. Second story seems to do it.
Yeah. But you know, that's going to be the thing with reform, right? When inevitably Farage falls, you know, whether he, you know, makes it into number 10 one day, Jesus Christ, I hope not, but I hope reform's peaked for the moment. But, you know, you saw it in UKIP. You know, once the figurehead goes, they're just going to dissolve completely into infighting.
Yeah. But I don't think he's going to get anywhere near number 10. Every single move he's made, he's stuck around for a bit, and then all sorts of fighting's happened, and he's buckled out.
I mean,
every single time for years and years.
I would hope that we live in a sensible universe and that is the case. The problem is, I fear we're not in a sensible universe and we are in the dumbest timeline, unfortunately.
I think it's more a case of the stupid people have got a voice, and the stupid people are a minority, but they tend to all group together and shout at once.
Well, yes, they are a very loud majority. So, yes. Right, what am I trying to do here? What am I looking for? I'm trying to rescue someone.
So I was telling my boy the other day, I says, in any classroom, how is it always the loudest person that's also the one with the worst grades?
Yeah.
And he's like, And I went, exactly. I says, that applies in adult life as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%, right. Okay, is it this guy I have to speak to?
I need a target.
We will not fear the darkness.
Just throw a random rock. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Saved you. Okay, so we've made it to the Dragon Isles. Okay, that's fine. I might get one of my other characters, maybe send him to the Shadowland expansion, and then maybe get one of my other characters up and send them to the one before Midnight, and then I might pick up Midnight next month and play about with the Animal Crossing style housing system, see how that kind of works. But I think next week's stream, certainly, I'm going to be reliving my past. I'm going to be remaking my original Warcraft character on the classic server. You know, the big story about that character. My first kind of proto relationship when I was like 17 was with a girl in Denmark, and we both played World of Warcraft together. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, my very first paycheck, I was a Christmas temp at HMV, and I racked up a 320 quid phone call to fucking Denmark. You told me. Yeah. And my first paycheck went on that. I was so fucking pissed off. But that was the character I played with her on there, and obviously, like, when we broke up, in my teenage rage, I deleted my character and stuff, so he no longer exists on my account. But I shall revive him for the stream next week, I think. So, can't even remember her name. It's that bad. Oh well. So, right. Okay, can read back size. Gain 4 additional backstock by secure your World of Warcraft account with Battle.net. Oh yeah. Now I did have the fucking authenticator, and I had all that. But the problem is my authenticator died, and there's no way to replace the battery, which is super fucking annoying.
Yeah, I could.
All right, fine, bye. I will give you my authenticator, and you can have a go at it. You want a challenge? Why not? So, to answer the question, Warcraft, is it as good as I remember? Yeah, it's like coming home. It's like putting on a comfy pair of trousers and slippers that you found at the back of your wardrobe for ages and surprised that it still fits. So, I so much have to get my head round and like figure out my class rotation and stuff again. But I'll again piss about with that off screen. So, what will be interesting, right, is for the Twitch, because weirdly, right, my Twitch revenue's kind of been all over the place. Like, for example, the first stream that we did when I was affiliated, I earned 2 cents.
Dragon Isles, adventurers.
All right, okay. This is where it very much feels like a theme park now. Yeah, I earned 2 cents for the first stream. The second stream, I earned like 20 cents, so we had a lot of like drive-by traffic. The third one, you gave me that Prime sub. Thank you, Mike. That was £1.80, which, by the way, the fucking tax man has already taken off me because I had to do a self-service thing, and originally when I calculated it came out at like £910 that I owe them. Yeah, it turns out I filled it out wrong. So once I fixed it, I still ended up owing them £2.10 because they obviously rounded up figures somewhere. So basically what I'm saying is bastards stole my Freddos. Yeah, at the last stream we earned bugger all. So yeah. So it's interesting to see if Warcraft, as arguably one of the more popular games on Twitch, has the drive-by traffic, but we'll see. Yeah. You come to the YindyPlayZ stream to see me fail, casually swim in lava, and get random mushroom-based facts from Mike.
See, that wouldn't happen. You wouldn't swim in lava. Lava is almost as thick as concrete.
Yeah.
So, see all those movies where folk like dive into lava? You'd go splat.
Well, yeah, you'd just get evaporated, really, wouldn't you?
No, you'd hit a hard object like you were hitting rocks, and it was also very hot.
35p for one Freddo now.
So, how much was it for one Freddo? 35p. Okay, that's better. That's better than I thought, Riley. I thought it was up to like 45. So, but you know, given the war in Iran, You know,
Well,
inflation will hit again. Fredo's
well,
will
see,
be up.
Fredo's have got another threat.
Right.
The price of cocoa is going up because the cocoa plants are getting harder to grow.
Isn't that a thing as well that I think it was Penguin Biscuits can no longer legally call themselves a chocolate biscuit anymore?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so this is the guy we have to rescue. I don't see how this could possibly go wrong. Okay. I thought we were just going to chuck a rock at him. He was just going to end up in the lava.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, bananas might go extinct soon as well.
Oh, again, why do you bring all these existential nightmares to my stream, Mike? Right? I mean, what the fuck did bananas do to us?
Right, I'll tell you about bananas, right? But first, banana sweeties, the ones you used to get in mix, like 10 pence mixed up and all sorts.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Right. They've got a banana-y taste, but they don't taste like bananas.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, actually, they do. They taste like a banana that's now extinct. That's where they copied the flavouring from, right?
Right.
There used to be lots of different types of bananas, much like there used lots of types of carrots or potatoes, right?
At Riley Sadlex.
But
I'm
there's a
already broke stock taking my
fungal
happiness from me loudly
soil
crying.
infection,
You're-
which
Riley-
kills banana plants,
By the
right?
way, Mike, you're giving Riley an existential crisis. I just want you to be aware of this fact. So
That's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
Right? So this fungal infection in the soil kills banana plants and has killed most of the banana plants in the world. One species remains, and it's a national effort to stop the soil getting contaminated. If you look at where the banana farms are, they have got like a big massive dig outs all going round the outside of the farm where they don't let anything grow and
At
everything
Riley
else
Sadlex.
because they don't want the
Wow.
contaminated soil, because if the soil gets in to the banana farms, it'll kill the banana farms. And if it kills the banana farms, that's it, we're done.
See, the only
Because you can't grow them on infected soil. You can only grow them on the clean soil.
The only banana-based facts that I have is they're faintly radioactive, and I think if you eat 42 bananas, that counts as one mort.
At Riley
Mort
Sadlex.
being the unit of measurement.
That's it, Mike. I'm not getting out my bed for a week. Yeah, ruined.
Yeah, you just caused Riley to like say no to reality. But yes, like one mort is like the unit of measurement for like how dangerous something is and how the likelihood of death. And I think it's like eating it's either 42 or 47 bananas counts as one mort because they're faintly radioactive. I do love how there was a kid in America. It's the final story. I'll leave things on. There was a kid in America. He was a Boy Scout, like literally a Boy Scout, and he was doing.
Oh, is this the radioactive boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He built a working nuclear reactor out of fire alarms in his back garden, and apparently he didn't start to get concerned until guys in radioactive kind of hazmat suits showed up with Geiger counters, and I was like, oh. Okay, maybe this is getting a little bit out of hand. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he like get his nuclear badge or something like that from the Boy Scouts?
Don't
know. Right. So yes, Warcraft Retail. Will I stick with it? Will I pay a bit more? Yeah, I'll play about with my other characters, but I'm also totally going to be starting a classic playthrough as well and see which one I naturally gravitate to more. Do I want to wallow in the nostalgia like an overladen nappy, or try something new and fresh? We will find out. So, oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, I've clicked the thing. The blobs are worshipping something.
Incredible. The elements here surge with power.
At Riley Sadlex. Bubble.
Might as well get the last one. probably a good thing the missus has gone off to bed. The last thing I need is her talking about Dragon Erotica again for the rest of the stream. Yeah, I think that guy won. You know, there's getting like tapped out the ring and there's being thrown into like lava.
Can't say I fancy a fight with that one.
Ah, the stereotypical Scottish dwarves. Why are dwarves always Scottish in fantasy? Surely they're short, hairy people who drink a lot, and you know, surely they're German. Is my point. But no one seems to agree with me on that.
Well, that's the Tolkien influence, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
because the mines of Moria come, and he got the inspiration from the area Moria up in Scotland.
Oh right, okay. So there was actually a connection. It wasn't just like one of those weird things that evolved.
No, they've all got like kind of background stories and things that he got inspired by.
At Riley Sadlex. I'm a 5, 2 Scottish, diversity. At Riley Sadlex. Recognition.
Yeah, in like some of the fantasy I was writing, I always write my dwarves as German, you know, and in my works they're usually ultra capitalists. So, yeah, but that's just me. Right.
Do you need my help?
Okay, yeah, the weird overly Pixar animated. Right, I'm probably going to leave it there, but thank you for jumping on and keeping me company on stream. So I'll continue to play about with Warcraft and maybe do kind of casual streams. I'm not going to do like a full playthrough or anything like I did. I'm trying to think what other games are coming out. Pragmata is coming out at the end of April, so maybe give that a go. Maybe I do want to jump on and do a bit more of Warhammer Online as well. So I'll be jumping around a few of them. But, yes, anyway.
At Riley Sadlex. That voice doesn't suit Dragon.
It really
at
doesn't.
Riley Sadlex.
It really doesn't.
Bye, guys.
Right.
At Riley Sadlex.
Thanks for joining.
Bye,
anyway.
Milo.
Yes.
No problem.
Come on, Milo. Say, night. Night, Riley. Yes. You smell the Watsons again. You see your cousin at the weekend. No tormenting him. You hear me? It's like, I'm a making my bitch. So, yes. My sister got very angry with me because Milo may have humped his cousin. So,
have you ever seen the
Riley
video of the couple that took a woman to court because of their dog?
Oh, for fuck's sake! What happened?
Oh, they took. What's her name? That the Judge Judy, is it?
Right. Yeah.
I think it is. They took her to that court because her dog tried to hump their cat, and they were saying that their cat got psychological damage and everything else. And when they were saying it in court, the woman who had the dog, she like burst out laughing when she was trying to apologise.
Now, if I know anything about cats, the cat wouldn't put up with that shit. The cat would be like, fucking try it.
I know.
So, yeah, the first time like I went over to my mate's house, she just got this new cat, and she got as far in the sentence
At Riley Sadlex.
wouldn't it be lovely?
Oh yeah. At Riley Sadlex.
Milo and
Tears
Serge,
of Joy.
and that's that was the name of the cat. Became and then
At Riley Sadlex.
instantly. At that
I'm really
point,
sorry, Nikki.
and then Milo totally going at each other. So yeah. This big black cat that wanders about here. Whenever Milo sees it, the cat just looks at him and just goes, "The fuck are you looking at?" And Milo's like, it's like one of the things. If I was to let him off lead, he would just look at me and go, "Yeah, put me back on lead. Put me back on lead. Yeah, fuck that. No. If he's on lead, he's like, yeah. Oh shit, you let go." So, yeah, wee man syndrome. That's what you have. Right. Anyway, I'm jumping off for now. But thanks for joining, and I will see you. I don't know. I may stream on Monday. We'll see. I might do Monday night. See what time I'm back after picking up Max. So, right. Have a good one, guys, and see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Log back in the screen ignites, faded names in glowing light. 10 years gone, but here I stand, back again in a distant land.